Kickstarters are happening.
Yes, they are.
We have 3 of them for you today. I don't know anything about any of these, except for the one that I'm going to tell you.
I was about to be a little worried because I'm like,
Whoops! I'm just going to make it up. So, Overseers. Tell me what that is.
Oh, I know nothing about it. Okay, no. All right. The idea of the game is sort of you're all gods trying to balance the world.
Gods, specific like named gods or new gods?
At least not like
It's
the ones
not
we
like
know.
it's not like Thor or anything like that.
It's like I'm pretty sure from Japanese.
Oh,
I don't know if
okay.
it's actually from Japanese lore, or just slightly pulled from it.
Okay.
But the idea is you have these emotion cards like anger, joy, greed, and the way it works is you actually choose 5 cards to play, but you only reveal 3 of them.
Okay.
And they all give you points. Like I think anger alone gives you like 5 points. I think with joy, if you have 3 joys, it gives you points. Like they all act differently. It's sort of like Sushi. Not Sushi Go, is that the game?
Probably. That is a game.
Yeah, no, it's like that. Like you remember how they act differently and how they give you points.
Depending on if they
some are
pair
flat,
up.
some are more.
Okay.
But what happens is you do 3 and then hide the others, and then you guys bet on who has the better hand.
Huh. Wait, so you see the 3 face up, but it's kind of like a poker game.
Yeah.
And you just everyone has their own river, I guess, so to speak, and you don't know what it is.
Right. And depending on who has the most, they either say, yeah, I think I have the most, in which they have to give up a card or something. I can't remember exactly. Or they say they don't. Then you reveal everything. If the person does have the best hand, he actually loses like more cards. But if he doesn't, he actually gets a card from the graveyard. So there's all this bluffing involved.
So you're trying to have the best hand without letting people know you have the best
Yeah.
hand. Very interesting.
And then, of course, like depending on who you are, you have special abilities. Like some, I think, can change cards into other cards. Some can, like, I think, add more cards and stuff. And then when you get points, it's actually hidden. So this is like some of the other games. So you don't know who's really winning until the very end.
That's yeah. I usually like that. It's a little so you don't have to feel like halfway through I might as well just leave because
No, that's a big thing I think we've noticed with a couple other games.
Yeah, I mean that sounds cool.
Yeah, no, I thought that's what really caught me. The idea of this whole like half bluffing like sort of.
It sounds like a
crap. It's like I've got a great hand, but it's so good that's so obvious.
Yeah, that's kind of hilarious. I like it. Sounds like a good twist on poker.
Yeah, and it only goes for $19, which is very nice, I think, for this kind of game.
Today we have a few smaller, like cheaper games. Which is
no miniatures today.
Right, no $200 behemoths. Which is how I say that word.
But yeah, so check it out. Definitely a great game for bluffing, and if you don't have someone in your group who can always count and keep track of everyone's score.
Yeah, that's a good disclaimer.
They actually had a review from Undead Viking in which he actually mentions they have someone in that group, so they just play with the points revealed.
It's like, forget it, we might as well.
And I just remember thinking, like, maybe we should do that with Garrett in some games.
Yeah, sometimes you'd have to be like, are we just going to make this poor guy like pop a vein counting in his head, or should we just let it be out there? All right, next, Bon Appetit is the name of my game. It does have to do with being chefs, gourmet chefs. And the goal of the game is the first person who gets 3 steaks wins. Couldn't be simpler. Basically, you have cards in your hands with different number values, and some of the cards you might have are stakes. And this is also not a bluffing game per se, but maybe a guessing game kind of, where once you play cards that add up to the number 7, that allows you to accuse someone of having a stake in their hand. If you're correct, you get the stake and you get to score it. Then there are different cards, like...
Can you score your own stakes?
There are cards that will let you score your own stake. Okay. Otherwise, you can't accuse yourself.
Well, because I was just thinking, like, then it stinks to have a stake in here. Like, well...
Right, it could be bad. And there's other cards that maybe will stop if someone accuses you. You can block it or block the blocking.
Not so fast. Tofu.
Right, redirect it, all kinds of things like that. But it's a very small, just a 10-15 minute game, goes for only $11, but it has kind of pretty cute little artwork and it has steaks and food themes, so I thought it looked entertaining.
Yeah, but you know what goes well after you've had some steak?
I would love to hear it.
Dessert. And it's summertime, so there's only one dessert you should be thinking of: ice cream from ice cream trucks. So
yes.
Rocky Road a la mode is just about that. You are the man in the ice cream trunk. But you are not a werewolf trying to eat children.
You read my mind.
But the point of the game is a simple card game which you're going around the street trying to, sell the most ice cream to kids.
Okay, all right.
Which is a lot of fun. It's a simple matching colors and trying to get the combinations. You know, some kids just want one. They'll be like, I want a popsicle, I want a blue like spiral, and you got to have the ice cream.
Is there a board or?
Yeah, there's a board that's the actual road and stuff. And
Okay.
There's also like beaches and stuff. So like depending on the area you're in, it looked like a lot of fun. Very simple. Came from another game I haven't had to try it out yet. Because they're Green Couch games called Jurassic Tech, which is actually a dinosaur dual playing game.
Okay.
That I just got. We haven't had a chance because
okay.
you know if we get a 2-player game, we never get to play it
Yeah.
pretty much.
But that's a good.
What's also cool to actually they have a micro game called
Okay.
like I forget the name of it, but it's like Rocky Road Dice Game or something. But it's just like it's card, tokens, and 3 dice.
And you can get that as an add-on, or?
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool that they have both. This also goes for $19.
I know, synchronicity.
So definitely check it out.
I almost like I wish that they kickstarted it earlier so that they could release it in the summer because it seems like a good summertime.
I
fun
didn't.
game.
I didn't actually look at the release date because I never look at that with Kickstarters.
Right. It's probably not the summer.
Probably.
It might be next summer. But yeah, that sounds good. I like food games, and I like games that have titles that rhyme. Mm-hmm. That's a big selling point.
Now
for
I'm
me.
hungry.
Me too. You want to just cut out early?